Dear listeners, welcome to Out of Office. Hello there, dear listeners. Welcome to an Out of Office. So, hit us with the food facts, Alan.
Marcos, thank you once more for having me on the podcast on the Out of Office this evening.
Yeah.
So a little long-winded this evening, but I'm feeling great. Thank God we made it. The week's been a little tough, but can't complain. So yeah, right before we started recording, before Marcos hit that record button, I asked him if he had eaten yet. And he said he had mole, and he mentioned the rice and beans that he had with it, and he said that
rice and beans.
Yes, of course, that's the trifecta, right? The rice, beans, and then mole. Whatever the other might be a guisado or something of that nature, right?
Yeah.
So Marcos was mentioning real quick the fact that he had eaten white rice, which is, I guess you can say, the basic rice. And not the yellow rice, which I'm getting from what you're saying, that what I gather from what you were saying is that you prefer the yellow rice over the white rice, or am I mistaken?
No, it's a good stance, but again, logistically, like it's a whole thing with the food itself. And hello, dear listeners, welcome to an Out of Office. It's just that mole it's depending on how it's made, it's pretty strong. And
right,
yellow rice is my base. Like, okay, there's a tier of, I have 3 top rice.
Okay.
There's the bean and rice, which can vary depending which. There's one called over here where we live, arroz moro, which is like beans and rice combo.
Yes.
Then there's yellow rice. They can easily be confused if you don't know what you're looking for. It's the beans and the rice. No.
Yes, please.
And then there's the white rice. All of these are in our area that we live in on the East Coast are very easily to acquire. Each one has its strengths, but for the mole situation, white rice is the best rice in my opinion for that. But my rice of rice is the yellow rice for me.
Okay, and to your point, or I guess your opinion is, depending on what you're eating, the rice will probably mix well with a certain type of rice. Maybe I just saw what you put on the screen, bro. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, continue. I'm like, what?
So, interestingly enough, I prefer, obviously depending on the dish, I do prefer the white rice, usually with guisados, right? So it might be, whether it be chicken, pork, or fish, or beef. Usually, like, the white rice is standard for me because since sometimes I like to eat out, and if I frequent a bodega that serves hot lunches, or say if I go to a certain type of restaurant, I'm kind of wary of the way they prepare their alternative rices, right? So sometimes I'll think of it like un arroz moro, right? Or arroz amarillo,
arroz con
or
frijoles.
Arroz con, well, but then we're speaking now Puerto Rican food, the way I interpret it, right? And not,
that's our influence, so it's very, very.
Of course, we're in the Northeast, and there's definitely strong Caribbean, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, even Haitian, Jamaican, St. Lucian. Like, there's a lot of those influences in the food, and they're all really delicious. But what I tend to see is that, like, say I'll go to like I was mentioning before, a bodega perhaps, or a restaurant, I usually tend to ask for just plain white rice because I'm a little wary about how they prepare their alternative ways of rice, right? So
yes,
whether it be seasoning or whether it's even like the I guess the type of how can I put it? The love that they add to that particular dish, right? Yeah. Sometimes it either elevates the rest of the ingredients in the meal, or it kind of makes it not so tasty.
Yeah.
So that's why usually, not because everybody knows how to make white rice, it's just I think sometimes it's like there's less steps. You would hope that everyone would know how to make at least basic white rice.
Yeah.
And adding more stuff to it to make it something else, like the rice and beans or what have you. I sometimes think that it's a little more, it's a lot easier for them to maybe mess it up. So I'd rather stay away unless, I'm making it myself, or perhaps I go and have some from, mom, aunt, or maybe I'm invited to someone's home and they serve arroz con frijoles or something like that, and a guisado or something of that nature. Then I would be like, okay, I've tasted the way they prepare their food, and I'm all in on the way they make their rice. Now, what's interesting is, I don't know if you've eaten any other type of rices, like perhaps saffron. I mean,
that's a
jasmine rice.
There you go. Yeah,
jasmine rice or arborio rice or something different.
Jasmine.
Wild rice, brown rice.
I've gone for jasmine mainly.
Okay, jasmine.
And then the white rice from the Chinese food place, or the pork fried rice, or the different fried rices.
Interestingly, I was listening to or watching a video, I want to say like maybe 2 months ago, I want to say. My memory is a little shoddy right now. But I remember there was this YouTuber explaining how when you go to a Chinese restaurant, they have a mix of 2 different types of rices that they use to make their fried rice.
Yes.
Usually, Chinese takeout spots have a blend of 2 different rices in order for the fried rice that they make not only taste good, but also be a certain consistency that is very typical or very nostalgic of Chinese takeout restaurants. Yes. And it's very interesting because you want the fragrance, the flavor profile, but also the consistency. And this is the reason why they have these 2 different styles of rices. I believe it's like a medium grain and a short grain, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And I don't know the names. I don't remember the names, but it's super interesting to know that they're to do that and make like a wonderful, flavorful pork fried rice or something along those lines. Yeah. And amazingly, I usually I'm super happy with, especially at the spot that I go to over here.
The local bodegas, shout out.
No, not the Chinese takeout spot.
Oh, okay. I mean,
with their rice.
It could be a local bodega, right? The chain, I guess.
Yes, of course. But yeah, dude, it's interesting that everyone has a way of doing certain things, and it's ultimately super tasty. So yeah, you were also mentioning something else that you had in mind that you want to talk about.
Pod. This is out of office, so I was doing some hardware testing, some stuff, some ideas that we have some potential projects in the future. And ironically, Alan hopped into the studio recording just in time as I was doing some testing. I don't know if you saw that I was watching something, right?
It looked like you were watching Star Wars or something along those lines.
It was a YouTube video. Let's just keep it at that.
Okay.
And I was asked, okay, I can hear the audio clearly because it's patching through my audio and all those things here. But I wanted to know if we were to do on a future project and we could use Riverside. Apparently, Josue, hopefully, wherever he is, hopefully he's okay. But he'll join us later in other recordings. He's doing his own thing. He told us that Discord is the best place to do whenever we want to do a recording. Sharing content with the audio and everything. Still working on it, trying to understand it. But it's something that I want to use for future projects to either do content for the podcast or do ideas that we want to do in the future. And it's exciting. And Alan just in time joined in, and I got excited that maybe it might have worked with no issues, but then again it didn't. So
right.
but at the same time, like, hopefully in the future, Alan can get, just join in as it. I didn't even. I was just doing the hard. Like, I'm here. Let me just hardware test, test solutions, and that's my thing. That's how I find do my own thing, my hobbies, and for podcast production stuff or whatever, the YouTube channel, which you can follow us, by the way, guys, on the Left Tech and Sundry on YouTube. All the links in the description. And of course, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe with us on YouTube or on Spotify if you want to hear the audio versions of different things. But there might be some video exclusives that we do with all alongside with podcast exclusive that could be on Spotify and all your places that you follow your podcast. So links down in the description. Oh yeah, and
definitely,
5 stars.
Bro. Absolutely.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah. I was doing that, and because throughout the week, Alan and I were talking of some ideas, and Alan, like, it's like he's reading my mind. I was thinking of doing this.
Sometimes.
So there you go. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes this one was. He was like, it was eerie how he's like, okay, I like it, but let's do this. I'm like, hold up. Let me just find, which I was in the middle of, do a solution here, but then I can't even guarantee the other part just yet, and unfortunately with Riverside it got proven, and unfortunately true, that it doesn't support what I wanted to do. What do you think, Alan? Yeah.
No, definitely. I think right now we're flying the plane as we build it. We're definitely trying to make things work, and ultimately the outcome when we get things down pat is for us to surprise our listeners with perhaps a new way of consuming
Imbibing
our content. Yes, absolutely.
To imbibe us.
And doing something along the lines of more reaction type content, but not something that possibly we've done in the past, something totally new to us.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason why we're working out the kinks. So please be patient with us. We appreciate your understanding, and Marcos and the team are working around the clock to try to get this off the ground. As like I said before, we're flying the plane as we build it, and but it's definitely it's a arduous process, but it is definitely fun to some extent, and we really like the end goal that we have placed for ourselves.
The plan is we both synchronize in the plan, but it's just like not even how to solve it. It's just we have a hardware or software. Let's test it out. Let's run it through its paces. And you literally joined in as I was doing the test. I'm like, oh, hello, welcome. I should have just had like some worker's goggles or a lab coat.
Oh,
hey there.
No, but and again, I think that what we're cooking up behind the scenes is something that we do want to present to you guys. It's not going to be perfect. It's still going to be a little bit buggy at the beginning. But ultimately, what we would like for our listeners is for you guys to enjoy our 2 cents and comments in a different way. Yeah, of course. Yeah, in a different way that you've possibly haven't seen from us yet. But we're working on it the best we can, and just I hope we're building enough anticipation for it, to make it seem like it's going to be an enjoyment for you guys to actually maybe at some point even participate with us to a certain extent, right? So fingers crossed. We're working on it. Definitely. I think another thing I wanted to add to the convo tonight was that the beginning of this week was the start in Japan of Golden Week. So and now it's pretty much ending Golden Week, and it takes me back, reminds me of when I went over to Japan, and I was fortunate enough for Edgar and I, my brother and I, to be able to witness and really like live through one of these joyous occasions that is called Golden Week in Japan. So it's basically like their vacation time over there. Like I want to say like they're kind of like interpretation of a spring break. Obviously there's differences and stuff like that, the way they go about it, but it's really nice. Also during this time, they also celebrate Kids Day. If I'm remembering right,
on the Americas, at least that's what I'm sure. Do they celebrate over there as well?
Yeah, they have like this tradition where they tie up paper, almost like they look kind of like lanterns, but they're like in the form or the shape of a koi fish. They're very colorful and stuff like that, and it looked really awesome. It kind of reminded me of like in Mexico when you have papel picado.
Yeah.
Like those little strips of paper that are also used to decorate, cut into like little pieces. So it really looks colorful, very, very, indicative of whatever they're celebrating. And it just looks awesome. It's a little piece of culture that you're able to experience and see. And yeah, for people that are like heavy into maybe buying stuff online or looking into maybe traveling to Japan or anything that is kind of related to Japan in some way, shape, or form, whether it be online or over there. They have, and this is just something that I always see. I want to say like for a couple of years now that I've been following or buying certain goods from Japan, has been like this discount that they give you, a Golden Week discount, whether it be anime figures on Tokyo Otaku Mode or certain stores or shops in Japan that ship over to the US.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of these discounts that they give you for Golden Week, and it's amazing. So like if you guys are interested, I would highly recommend you guys look for certain things. Maybe today is the last day. Maybe better luck next time, next year.
Till next time.
Since next year's Golden Week is hopefully will be as tremendous and awesome as this year's was. I hear that one of the things that a lot of people that have gone over to Japan is to stay away of traveling during this week because it's one of the most busiest of the year.
Yeah.
A lot of the places that you tend to go on vacay over there to go sightsee are very, very like just filled to the brim with people, and it might be a little it's super touristy, and it might be off-putting because you have to like be stuck in places where there's not a lot of space.
Is this everywhere in Japan, or is it just like in the
more of the touristy places? Yeah, more of the hotspots, like touristy places. Like if you were to go to Tokyo, maybe Osaka, perhaps in places in Kyoto or Hokkaido, there might be certain places where, well, Hokkaido might still be a little bit too cold, but definitely like down, like in and around like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka might be the places that you see a lot of people just flood the place. It's very difficult for people to find a hotel rooms. I've heard from sources on the YouTube and like certain like touristy places get super filled, and it's almost a little off-putting. Even like accessing the bullet train to go from point A to point B might be a little difficult, but again, go at your own risk. I definitely enjoyed my time over there, and I was only able to be, or I only had enough time to be in and around Tokyo for the most part, which was amazing. And hopefully now that things are opening up a lot more, I think they said what was it? Might be May 15th or May 20th. Don't quote me on this. I'm trying to remember off of just what I heard maybe 2 weeks ago that Japan is opening up fully. I think the only thing
I heard that on Reddit though, that you're saying that allegedly, according to whatever, I don't know who. I need to check that. I need to properly quote my sites, man. That allegedly COVID is no longer considered a whatchamacallit?
An issue.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the world health right now.
Right. So Japan made the decision to let everybody come in. If you have your vaccinations, you're good to go. But if you are a person that hasn't had their vax, all you have to do is present a PCR test, I think it's called, right? Or PRC test.
A rapid one or the regular one?
I think they have a Japan website.
They have a standard
where there's a certain one that they allow and are able to be like, that's good. That one counts. So you're able to take it with, I think, 24, 48 hour notice or whatever.
Yeah.
You present that and you're good to go. You don't even have to quarantine anymore in a hotel. You can just go and be on your merry way. So that's fun. That's interesting to see because that's going to be good for the economy of that nation.
Any economy, tourism is going to boom it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think in particular, Japan was feeling a lot more than other places because a lot of the I guess you can say, whether it be restaurants or even like parks and stuff like that, it would be frequented by a lot of tourists. And when there's no tourists, no money. No money means I can't pay my workers. And a lot of places, unfortunately, during the pandemic shut down and closed down. But it seems like a steady stream of business coming in now, and we probably won't see the full effect of how that's gonna help it. Maybe we'll probably see it 3 months from now, 6 months from now. So we still have to wait a little bit. But what was it like last week? I want to say it was like 137 yen per dollar. So it was getting back up there to almost 140.
30% difference, if you will.
Well, the thing is that usually, and let me just make this quick comparison. When I went, I want to say that it was about 111, if I'm not mistaken, 110 yen per dollar. Back in the day, I remember when it was like 100 yen for the dollar. Yeah, like I'm trying to remember, and again, I could be totally wrong. It might have been more like 120 per dollar, but still, it's a significant jump from what it used to be to what it is right now. And what was it, like a day or two ago? The chairman of the Fed, Jay Powell, was like, yeah, we're going to increment the, what's it called? I forgot what the hell I was saying.
The interest?
The interest rate. I think 0.5 or 0.25% more.
Yeah.
And I mean, for those of you that have savings accounts or high yield savings account or high yield checking account, you are sitting good if you have, or pretty if you have some sort of money in your rainy day account or something like that, because depending on your bank, not all banks,
like there's online services that are
or online banks, right,
like the one that we used.
Exactly, are probably offering you quite a substantial, and I'm not gonna say like, oh my goodness, this is life changing. No, it's probably like 4.53% or something of that nature, which is better than nothing. I mean, you're not beating inflation, but it's still better than nothing. If you have like your emergency fund that's maybe $1,000 to $2,000 or more dollars in there, you're not making hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're still at least making something for an emergency fund.
It's incentivizing more people to save, if you will. But what about the whole thing about the money? But let's talk about food. Like sorry to bring you back. Sorry about that. But we talked about rice to me and what I had for a meal. What did you have? You, dear Alan, what did you have?
Oh, well, I also had rice today.
Okay, yeah.
Mine was like almost like a rice pilaf. It was like white rice, but it had veggies mixed in. And I had a guisado of mushrooms, of chipotle cream, mushrooms, and chicken thighs.
Protein. Thighs save lives,
it was
man.
Delicious. Oh yes. It was super delicious. It was creamy. It was spicy, and I accompanied that with
like sweet, right?
Tostadas.
Spicy.
But it was more on the savory side, not so much sweet.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, it was a nice balance. Like I wish I had more of a I guess a more enriched vocabulary to try to entice you.
Sorry, man. These are you're giving me big words already, man. I already said like white rice, beans and rice, and you're like over here some creme le mushroom with some chipotle sauce. I'm like, you're saying sorry. I'm like, dude, over here just monkey vocabulary.
Nah, not at all.
The tostadas, beans.
Yeah, and no, just regular plain tostadas to eat my meal with.
And for the listeners,
nice and crispy,
are like fried. Crispy or fried tortillas.
It depends. Usually they're crispy more than like deep fried or anything like that. They're crispy. They're airy. At least the ones I eat aren't greasy. I'm trying to remember because I also with that meal I had a banging agua de mango, bro. Delicious.
Horchata over here.
It was so refreshing, bro. Like, especially today, thankfully, thank God, it was a little warmer than previous days.
Was it like in the 50s, upper 50s, lower 60s?
Yeah, we were getting to the threshold of 60s, I think. 60s, and when the sun hit, it was I'm not saying blazing, but it was nice and toasty. But it was really nice.
In the shade.
Oh yeah, you felt the difference between not being in the shade and being in the shade. Yeah.
No shade to everyone out there, okay? That's our situation we're going through.
Definitely, yo. And yeah, that was awesome. I did have a little Dunkin' in the morning though, but it was a nice iced green tea, no sugar. Quite tasty, and a nice glazed donut. Huh?
Was it bitter?
It's a little bitter, but I tend to enjoy just the taste of like regular green tea without any sugar or anything like that.
Yeah.
To me, it seems really refreshing.
Okay, nice. For me, it was just a plain cup of Joe and an apple.
Nice. No salt.
No, it was with creamer. What's the name of this one? Hazelnut. Okay. Hazelnut, I think.
Hazelnut. Oh, nice. And now, is it like a coffee mate type of thing, or is it like a Khalifa or?
Not instantaneous. The other one, the one where you put it on top. I'm gonna chock full of nuts. And that's the brand of it. That's a brand of it. Chock full of nuts, and you. Put
no way, for real?
Yeah, that's a brand, and
it's,
it's a big yellow container, and the way that we do it with my mom and everything is that she puts it in a big like percolator, puts like a certain amount of water, and an electric coffee maker, puts the coffee blend out top, and that's percolation.
I think it is. I mean, does it dispense it like if it were like foam?
No, it with an electric with an electric wire or something, it heats up the water in the top, boils it, passes it through a straw, and makes it fall onto the coffee and filter down. And what's the name? I think it's
almost like a pour over coffee.
Yeah, I guess a pour over, but yeah. And she adds there a black coffee, a touch of cinnamon.
Right.
Her own cinnamon, and add it into the coffee blend and there. So it makes it less harsh. Not sweet, not bitter, just a little bit, of a balance. And she said that she recently added turmeric or something. How do you say that in English?
Turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric as well. I'm like, what? I know about salt, and I've witnessed people use, and my dad over here use salt, and then I've witnessed cinnamon, the sticks. But she slowly said, you know what? Let me pre-make my blend of cinnamon. She used her own blend and everything. And she eventually, I think she's gonna buy some because she ran out. And I didn't know the turmeric though.
Okay.
And
Yeah, well,
she's experimenting.
no, that's good, bro. I know for what was the reason? I had like an upset stomach. I think I overate or something. I don't know
Cinnamon
what it was.
can help. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and turmeric also is a great help to soothe and for inflammation. It helps you with your stomach issue.
Yeah.
And helps for digestion as well. So turmeric is really, really useful root. So it might be something that our dear listeners might want to pick some up when they're at the supermarket or something.
Yeah, no, I didn't. The name is just like, okay, cinnamon, yes, turmeric. Come on, what? Do you hate it? No, I like it. It tastes pretty good. Obviously, this is the pour over, like you're saying.
Right, and I'm pretty sure your mom doesn't put like a crazy amount because it does stain yellow, and it does have a sort of a pronounced flavor, but it's not overpowering. It just becomes overpowering if you add a lot of it. It's almost like
don't they add that onto the rice?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's my bias kicking in then, I think.
But then again, it depends on what type of rice. Because I remember a lot of food when I've gone to eat food, Indian style food. Yeah. They use turmeric a lot, and it's really delicious when they make their dishes. I've never seen Mexican dishes use much turmeric before. Usually what I see for people to use like perhaps like color for their rice or food other color, dishes, they might use like saffron if they're balling.
Balling,
or
but at what cost?
Yes, absolutely. Or they'll use the little sachets of like sasongoya or something of that nature.
Yeah, sachets, he says.
little pockets of love of sodium dioxide or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think if you're fortunate enough to get like actual achote, that also gives a pronounced color, a very vibrant like reddish orange color, and it also adds to the flavor profile of the food that you're making. So those are the things that I've seen that add flavor and color. But turmeric is the one that I know that helps with digestion, inflammation, and just
add
I guess overall wellness. Yeah, definitely.
Sazon.
Oh, and yeah, exactly, sazon. And I think also for those that are like curious about it, it almost comes in like the shape because it's a root. It almost looks like ginger, but just a different color.
Ginger.
Have you ever seen like ginger root?
Yes.
How it looks like old people's fingers?
Yes.
Kind of like that style of root is what turmeric comes in, at least in the supermarket. We'll see. And I'm pretty sure there's something that's like a derivative or family of turmeric that's very similar that might look a little different in other countries. So definitely experiment, try out, and look. Maybe you'll be surprised you find something tasty.
And with that, what do you think? Like, what have you like with departing from food? How's your week been going?
It's been good, bro. I mean, like anything, work is work. Sometimes a little hectic, but it wouldn't be work if it wasn't, right?
That's true.
But it's been going well, man. Productive, thankfully. It's been productive. Setting goals always helps, and it's also allowed the team and I to actually do more than we've been able to do in the past. So it's a good thing. It's a good look. Other than that, my other separate endeavors that about that I've shared with you, yes, also have been going well. And just pushing a little bit harder for it to develop into something a little bit more, not streamlined, but a little bit more effective in organization and like installing or putting in a system to try to streamline, at least for me and my partner, to help facilitate just getting things done, because that's ultimately what I would like to do, and my partner to do, in order for us to get the ball rolling without too much effort, because now we have a system in place and stuff like that. So that's basically what's going on. We still run around a little bit to try to get stuff for the business, but it's going well. I can't complain. Nothing worth having is easy,
Yeah.
So that's what's been going on. What else? I've tried to squeeze in as much time as possible to try to get whatever new information, whether it be kind of like current events or food or anime or
you're freaking working 2 jobs, man. I'm not even gonna hold it against you, so you're good.
No, bro, but I think it just keeps you on your toes, keeps you sharp, and trying to not to a fault, trying to juggle things, but keep yourself preoccupied enough in order for you to
stay out of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. That's first and foremost. But also, it keeps you sharp. It helps you. It's like a well-tuned
fitted
engine.
Boxer, man.
Yeah, it's like if you don't go through the motions, if you allow yourself to get too preoccupied or too, I guess, lazy, because that it's a stable check, or it's stable this.
From my side, I'm excited that okay, I'm comfortable again, even in the production of the podcast. Like, I'm comfortable doing this. Let me get good at it. Okay, I can do this. What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I learn? What else can I do? Like, that's like the circle of life or cycle of life that you want to.
Right.
Well, hopefully everyone would want to, like, okay, I got good at this. Let me not. Well, I can have the luxury, maybe, if I can, to kick back a bit, but then get back at it again.
Right.
For example.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
A little thing that I noticed. Where I work, right? I'm not gonna say where I work, but
right.
I was over there and I was walking over there with my mom, and mom was like, "Look at this! What is that? Is that a dead bird? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Welcome to the city." And we're like, "Okay." Well, we just next day. Are those bird wings? Yeah. You're seeing the Mother Nature at its finest. That's this next day. You just hear what? We look up and it's freaking falcons up there. No, I said eagle. Like, those are eagles. And my mom's like, yeah, it's like 4 stories above us, right? Okay. And then you see one of them just perch on the building that I'm at, like by the 7th floor. My mom's, it's like by the 7th floor. It perched on the edge. Is that a nest? And she's like, is that a nest? Maybe. Okay. And you hear that sound, the America, that sound effect. That one. But in real life, and it was like 7 stories up, and you can hear it from ground level. I'm like, God dang! And
they project really well.
And I'm over there walking in, and where security is, one of the security guards walk into to my place of work. That question: did you know that there's a nest of eagles? No. What? They're falcons. Oh. Did they come with the building? No. They nested there alone. Oh. I thought it was part of building security. And you guys, no, they nested on their own. I'm like,
no, he's on the clock,
Yeah.
He's part of the union.
They should say, like, there's a missed opportunity. Say, go, and you see, like in some places, security by Coleman Shields or whatever. Security by Falcons. Beware of Falcon.
Yes.
Catch you slipping, Falcon will take you.
My first pet falcon.
Oh, yo, those were huge. 7 stories up there. I mean, The next day, this was on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I think I talked with you over during the work week, right? I think one day. That was
we spoke. I think it was either
this week,
Wednesday.
I think it was this week,
Monday?
Right?
Yeah, it was this week.
So we saw it on I think I talked to you on Tuesday, the day that we saw it. I was gonna tell you, I think, and we had to continue.
No, it was
working.
Monday, bro. We spoke on Monday.
Okay, I saw it on Tuesday. Wednesday, I talked to another security guard, and I asked about it. Like, yeah, and I told them, why don't people put like a sign like "Beware of Falcon, could catch you slipping" or something, you know? But it's like, and I was talking with my dad about it. And he said, "Yeah, those are red-tailed falcons. What? They're. I thought those are that's the stereotype where you did the sound effect, and those are the stereotype. And like those are locals for you know them. And like, oh, I didn't know they were locals. What other falcons are there? There's that one and the peregrine falcon. What? Yeah, those are the peregrine. I think the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird around, isn't it?
Probably.
Let me ask. Hey Google, which falcon is fastest falcon?
The peregrine falcon on the website
Peregrine falcon.
www.magazine.com.
Nice. And those are our neighbors? What?
The peregrine falcon is the fastest member of the animal kingdom with a diving speed of more than 200 miles per hour.
200 miles an hour, man.
That's bonkers, bro.
Can you imagine that? Hey Google, what's the diving speed of the red-tailed falcon?
On the website syr.edu, they say their flying speed is 20 to 40 meters p.h. They can reach up to 120 meters p.h. when diving
Per hour.
Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, 120 miles, and then 120 meters per hour, I guess, or miles per hour. I'm gonna say. Correct me later in the comments if you want, listeners. But they're fast, and then the peregrine falcon, 200 miles, man. That's like bigger than a crow. I think it's a crow. The peregrine falcons, I think, a little bit bigger than the local crows in our area, but they eat them. Oh, God dang.
Yeah, no, they're carnivorous animals, bro.
And my dad, and I'm telling to my dad, since this guy's up, these two falcons, there were two of them, made a nest up there. Like not many animals are gonna bother those, and because they need open lines of sight to dive and do their thing, and pretty high, 70 feet up, you're basically like almost like where the buildings are, right? And it's open. And then he's saying, yeah. And I'm saying, is there any predators that would assault them at their nest? I'm like, yes, there's one. Which one? The owl. Oh,
okay.
At daytime. Oh, yeah. They'll sneak up into onto a falcon and take their chicklings. I'm like, God damn.
I bet they do.
They swoop, like they have their sneak 100.
Yeah, no, it's doggy dog in the animal kingdom, bro.
Just on the birds, and we only eat chicken. Look at them.
Delicious chicken.
Yeah, that's true. The thighs. Oh, and turkey.
Turkey. Yeah, I'm thinking, have you eaten penguin before? No, I'm lying.
I'm like, God damn, is this going to be a new...
Perhaps an ostrich.
Is this a new series that you're going to be going around the world just to taste every single animal?
Exotic foods? Nah.
No, just
I
to
think
taste.
I'll leave
like
it to the professionals to do that.
There's probably a YouTube channel for that.
Oh, yeah. It's Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman.
God dang.
Yeah, he goes around the world and eats pretty weird stuff, man. I mean, there's other people that's probably done something similar to him, but this is the only person I can remember right now off the top of my head that has gone to multiple places around the world and has eaten very strange, weird foods, and he gives you his word that he thinks certain ones taste really good and other ones taste not so good. But he's a really good sport about it, and he does try out a lot of different things. Speaking of that, did you hear? I don't know if you've seen the articles, and I don't remember if it was 100 or 400, but Burger King is going through the motions of closing between, I want to say, either between 100 to 400 Burger King locations in the United States.
across
So,
America.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, and I think another article that I saw was, a McDonald's restaurant is being, I don't know if they're being sued or closed but someone's asking many questions. I don't know if it's the city or who the hell is asking, but I just remember this bit of the article, or the statement was that there were two 10-year-old kids working at that certain McDonald's.
What were they doing? Cleaning the playpens?
No, they were not only cleaning; they were at the register using the fryer.
Do you hate them though? They're hustling, man.
Bro. According to the child labor laws here in the United States, that is unforgivable. that is not to be done.
What do you want? A kid running around doing, malicious things, and it's a 10-year-old, so you'll be knowing they're already a little demons. But then they're just, cashing a check, punching in at 8 a.m.
Well, that's the thing. They weren't even receiving money for it. They were just being kind of like sweatshop kids.
No, they were.
McDonald's.
What do you mean they were kind of? They were.
No, they were. You're right. They weren't. I think they were working overtime hours and stuff like that. They weren't being paid. They might have paid them in French fries and chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, man.
Chicken
don't slip on the chicken nuggets.
They were probably getting paid French fries and chicken nuggets, bro. So yeah, that's concerning.
Hold up.
So yeah, that was an article. I'm trying to remember other things that I came across articles and stuff like that, but I don't quite remember. Oh yes, that's another one. Mother's Day is fast approaching. Have you bought anything for your mom for a present, or are you going to surprise her with anything? Are you going to cook for her?
Spoiler.
Definitely spoiler.
I sent you I shared the link in the chat.
Okay. Yes.
There we go, buddy.
Very good, sir. Thank you.
So what does it say? It says 10-year-olds among hundreds of children. Wait a minute.
I do like me some McDonald's.
What's the highlights? I'll probably put it on the link notes. I need to keep this page saved.
So it says, this is what's it called? A NBC?
National Broadcast.
Yes.
Company.
So this is NBC News, what's it called? Link. So it says more than 300 children, including two 10-year-olds, were found working at McDonald's restaurants across Kentucky and several other states in violation of federal labor laws, the Labor Department said Tuesday. So 300 kiddos and two that are 10 years old were found working at your local Mickey D's in Kentucky. And apparently, they got caught with their...
Were they at least
with
paid?
These kiddos working for them? Well, let's see. Most of the restaurants, 45 of the 62, were in Kentucky, according to the data released by the department. Let's see if they have any information if they were paying these kiddos. So it says the employers face civil money penalties with an estimated combined total of more than $212,000. No, I don't see anything explaining if they were paying these kids or not. So it says, in one case, investigators found two 10-year-olds were working unpaid and until as late as 2 a.m. at one McDonald's restaurant
Past their bedtime.
in Louisville, operated by, well, I won't say the name of the LLC, but yeah, Louisville.
They don't need the marketing. Let's not give it to
They
them.
sure don't. It says the two children prepared and distributed distributed food orders, cleaned the store, worked at the drive-through window, and operated a register. Investigators found. It says also one of them was also allowed to operate a deep fryer, a task prohibited for workers under the age of 16 under federal law. Oh no. That's crazy, bro.
Come on, man.
Definitely. That's a definitely come on, man situation right there. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's intense. It's absolutely bananas. But hey,
I mean, but they weren't getting paid, and they were getting. Oh well, child labor laws kicked in.
Yeah, don't do the time. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Oh, and did you see the other one by the WHO organization?
No, I haven't seen. You put it on the show notes.
On group chat.
Oh, I see.
Oh, dang it. Let's see. Can I click that out? No, I can't.
Oh, this is a New York Times article now.
Is it? Can you click off the ad? I can't.
No, I can't.
God,
it says ends global health emergency designation for COVID. The decision has. Oh no! I wasn't quick enough.
Let's see. Gotcha. Let's see this one. There you go. Sent another one.
Let's see.
Hopefully the Forbes can hook us up.
Come on, Forbes.
Oh, dang it.
It also hits you with it says, after more than 3 years, the World Health Organization terminated the global health emergency designation for COVID-19 Friday morning in a mostly symbolic motion, as officials warned the removal of the designation doesn't mean the public health threat is over. What? Come on, man. Kind of ass backwards type of thing are they coming up with, man? It says WHO ended the global WHO ended the global public health emergency of international concern designation. Okay, let's just repeat. After more than 3 years and 765 million reported cases and nearly 7 million deaths, officials said the virus will continue to have waves, and they will continue to track it as it evolves. But the crisis phase and emergency phase is over. On May 11th, the COVID-19 public health emergency, which allows the government flexibility and the ability to make emergency declarations and programs, will expire, and many other countries have already ended their emergency statutes and restrictions. So there you go, folks. That's what they should have been done. I am not a doctor.
Le docteur.
Le doctor, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Fauci is gonna get real talking to by hopefully some government officials, huh?
By economists or other doctors, hopefully.
Hopefully, something is done, because I mean, it's pretty shocking the things that was done under his his rule.
And then this is the WHO. The WHO organization,
right?
WHO. So it's at least a lot of countries went down. Got they went bankrupt, man. Hopefully they'll we'll be able to come back up.
Right.
What is it, Malta? No, what's the one over there by India? There was an island over there, and
yes. It wasn't Sri Lanka, was it?
Was it? No, was it?
No, I don't remember.
It was like Indian, like that area, Indian Peninsula, of the Indian Ocean.
Right. I just don't remember the name of the country.
And then a lot of Central and Southern American countries suffered.
Yeah. Which is also interesting. Thing right now, Mexico's peso to dollar is I think 17.59. I think 17 pesos with 59 cents per dollar.
Good. Hopefully, the connection between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico goes through, man. It goes. Hopefully, it gets even stronger. You know, the train system and all those things.
There's a lot of what ifs in that type of scenario. I mean, hopefully, things pan out well, but also hopefully not at the expense of something terrible that should happen in order for that to happen, right?
Oh,
so
you mean
right now, what I'm saying right now is, it's like in order for the U.S. to, I guess, to be a little bit more agile during these type of circumstances where it looks like we're facing some sort of depression-esque type of situation going on. A lot of people are going to be hurting, especially money-wise, economy-wise, because of everything going up. We're seeing inflation and deflation at the same time.
Huh?
That's not normal.
What? Wait. Where's the deflation again?
Deflation is
where?
Just name it, bro. Anything that you see that technology is being used in order for that company to lay off workers, in order for them to place AI in
they're gonna start with AI,
lieu to their not just AI, even just regular run-of-the-mill kiosks.
Automated kiosk, the checkout kiosk.
Right. So I mean, what do you think the Amazon stores are, right? Or what do you think about self-checkout at your local grocery supermarket, right? So the less people they need or have, the less they have to pay people. All they have to do is pay the engineer, come and do a little tune-up on their kiosks, and that's it.
The engineer can probably be if he plays his cards right, can even be a worker and get a certification,
right
within the shop.
And even then, what we're seeing now is that these intelligent computers, or not supercomputers perhaps, but at least like there might be some sort of sequence that they might have that kind of like auto detects a deficiency in their programming or code or whatever.
Troubleshoots.
Yeah, and troubleshoots for itself without.
It'll be the optimal thing that customers can troubleshoot the whole system. It's so user friendly that the same customer can troubleshoot.
True, but how savvy is someone going to be or need to be in order for that to happen?
UI, he's going to get a lot of money.
Right. But that's still pretty much in the future. Just thinking about it, like
it's not impossible, but
no,
very,
not at all.
Whatchamacallit?
It's still a ways away, bro. I think because to dumb it down for a person that isn't computer savvy, in order for the regular lay person to try to troubleshoot something that they're not used to. I mean, mind you, I'm pretty sure your parents are relatively around the same age my parents are. It just kind of seems to me sometimes they need a little extra help using certain pieces of technology. Not
what I've
like
witnessed,
wholeheartly, but like maybe like
as parents, is that it's not that they can't do it, is that they needed time to do it.
Of course.
I don't know what happened, Alan. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
It's the Matrix. We're hitting it too hard. They're like, oh no, they're gonna spill the sauce. They're gonna spill the sauce. Don't you worry,
I like
listeners.
Sauce.
Don't you worry. And
fingers.
Talking about McDonald's, man. Talking about freaking McDonald's. Yo.
No, but yeah. So like I was saying, bro, like sometimes I tend to see that you're right. It does take a lot more time for us to maybe help or show or orientate our folks to certain
like this happened
new
to
technologies.
FBI, open up!
basically. And and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are in that boat, right? And it does take a little bit of time for them to get used to.
They need time. They just
also
need time.
Yeah, no, obviously, but I think it also comes down to if it even is something that they're interested in to learn,
that's
or
it.
if they find it even practical to learn, right? I mean, it's like they're not going to go out of their way in order for them to learn something to do if they're not going to do it all the time.
There you go.
Like, nah.
practical is relative, but in this, because mostly everyone got the fingies and the eyesight, right? But it's even, that's what I'm trying to say, the UI. If the UI, it caters towards the majority of people in the whatever, whoever uses the kiosk, it'll help them in that sense. But it's the learning curve of what's the most popular UI to use in kiosks and so on and so forth. Because like going to a Home Depot versus going to a Stop and Shop versus going to...
So yeah, dear listeners, after technical difficulties, even I, Marcos, have been kicked off by the UI. So I guess this is what we're going to call it, right, Alan?
That's right, Marco. So hopefully next recording we'll have things ironed out, all the bugs fixed, and we'll be back in our regularly organized program.
It is what it is.
It sure is. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening. This is Alan signing out.
This is Marco. Please follow us on all YouTube, all the YouTubes, all the Spotifys, all the different podcast sites, and give us a like, subscribe, and 5 stars. 5 stars, please. Get at us on Instagram and Twitter if you'd like. Please and thank you. I'll probably share with Alan some pictures of the dish that we made over here, so we can have some commentary on critiques on the rice, yellow, white. The choice is yours.
Yes, that would be awesome, actually. I'm feeding some mole right now.
Well, this is Marcos. I'm signing out from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Marcos. And hopefully we can get this recording done.
And also, hopefully in the future, we haven't forgotten about the Spanish podcast, LTS in Espanol. But right now, Alan, you heard Alan in the recording. Busy. Me, busy. Josue, busy. So right for the moment, whatever we got, we'll just post a little addendum maybe in Espanol. That'll be all.
Cool,
for now.
cool. All right, everybody. Good night.
Night.